wanna be anything other than a witch who's psychic, baby. All I have to do is be true to me and I'll have peace of mind.
Woo! Hello and welcome to another episode of Goddess Hangs.
Episode 104.
Woo!
Wait a second. What's 52 plus 52?
104. It's our second birthday!
It's our birthday!
For a second, I thought we did the math wrong because we you were doing it for the show.
I think it's correct.
Yeah, it is. I was like, did I calculate wrong? Is it not our birthday? It's our second birthday.
Happy birthday to us. And to all of you, if you've been listening for 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, or now 2 minutes. Happy birthday.
2 years. Crazy. I'm Sadie.
And I'm Juliet, obviously.
And we created the Goddess Hang. Let me start over. We have a new motto, guys.
We have a new tagline.
And we created the Goddess Hangs podcast to inspire you to live magically.
Isn't that cute?
It's our second birthday. We felt like we wanted a little rebrand. We wanted a cute little new tagline. So there it is. Are we excited about it?
Are you inspired to live magically? I was taking a shower and it just came to me. Mm-hmm. Inspiring you to live magically.
It's quicker. It's less of a mouthful once I learn how to say it.
Yes. We're all practicing. We're all practicing together.
All here practicing.
So thank you for loving this new tagline. Let us know.
Obviously tripping over it because I'm always tripping over the other one too. We're going to get there. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be great.
This is the first episode of 4 weeks of Witchmas.
Yes, it is. It's our birthday and it's Merry Witchmas.
Merry Witchmas. If you're watching the video, we have a really cute pink lit up little baby tree and we have our oracle decks underneath, which we'll talk about later, but it's such a vibe. It's such a vibe. I'm wearing my Christmas sweater with Tweety Bird. My actual bird saw this on my shirt today and had a heart attack, so I will not be wearing this at home. She thought that something was coming to get her. Something not good.
Maybe the busy pattern?
It's the eyes.
It's the bird?
I'm certain. Because
the
there was
eyes.
something like this on TV the other day and she absolutely freaked out.
Wow.
So I'll talk more about Sweetie Girl in a little bit too. She's had a rough week.
And I did not have something Christmassy to wear, so I wore my red hat.
I love it. I love it. It's perfect. So today, in honor of our second birthday, we're going to talk, after we catch up, of course, about things that we learned in year number 2. The big lessons, the big breakthroughs, what's changed, what's on the horizon, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Oh boy,
Tell you what, it's been a year.
Oh, well, buckle up. Buckle up, everybody. 12 months ago.
Yeah,
fasten your
seriously.
seatbelt. Oh my gosh. But let's start with what we always
Let's start with Juliet, what's new with you?
What's
Boo
new with
is
Boo?
here.
All right, plant yourself, sister. Find a cozy spot.
Oh, there she goes.
All right, good girl. I love that she picks this spot when we record. It's like, it's very cute.
She's very aware of the balance of like who she spends time with because like when Craig's traveling a lot and like the few days he's home a week, she's just like all over him and doesn't really give me that much snuggle time. But like then when he's gone, it's like all about me. And then if we're both home for longer periods of time, she goes back and forth. Like she's very aware.
A thoughtful girl.
She's like, oh, I haven't seen Dad in a while. I'll give him all my snuggles today. She's very sweet.
I love
she knows
her.
you come once a week, so she's like, oh, I'm gonna sit with Juliet.
So
You're very sweet and thoughtful.
you.
Look at her little head.
Oh, I love this little
Her
head.
eyes are rolling in the back of her head. She's like, those are good scratches.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'll let the scratchies continue. So I had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I got to be with my family. My dad, every Thanksgiving, hosts a game. Oh, now I'm getting boo kisses. Thank you. So I shared this in our coven, but I have so the Pipers are a very interesting lineage.
Yeah.
We have a lot of musicians and performers, and we also have a game show creator. My grandpa Buddy, who I shared before was the spiritual teacher, also created game shows. This is a family where we do whatever we want.
Talk about being a multi-passionate bitch.
We do whatever we want. So every year, so if your parents or if maybe you watched the game show Concentration, it was created by Buddy Piper. That's my grandfather.
Oh my gosh.
We do little games every year. My dad makes a multimedia presentation and he brings buzzers and there's a game board and it's a whole thing. So that was a ton of fun. And then we migrated over to Victor's family's home, and his mom surprised everybody with a Christmas onesie, which was really cute.
So cute.
And then I watched for the first time, I have some movies I'd like to chat about on the episode
let's
today.
go.
I watched A Christmas Story.
Yeah, one of the most classic Christmas movies of all time.
I'm like, have you heard
She
of
says
it?
it with a question mark. A Christmas Story?
Okay. So
Thoughts?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I need you to imagine you're watching it for the first time in your 30s, not at the age of 7 or even 12. Like, I'm 31 years old. I'm watching this. About 40 minutes into the movie, I tap Victor on the shoulder and I say, so does this movie does it have no plot? Is something going to happen at some point? Is it really about Christmas? Like, the movie finished and I was like, oh, okay. That was a film.
I guess.
Nothing happens.
I guess it's just full of classic moments.
The dad brings home a lamp.
The leg lamp, the you'll shoot your eye out kid, when he's in the suit and he can't put down his arms. It's just full of all of these things that we all like remember it, but I guess there's not much of a plot. When I watch it now, I just think of I'm just like, man, this dad is not a good guy. He's so dismissive of his wife and the kids.
Gosh.
And that's how I view it now. I'm like, this isn't a very healthy family system.
No. It was because I don't like to sit down and watch movies, but everybody's like, oh, the lamp, the leg. I'm like, okay, I'll watch this darn movie.
My
does anything happen in this movie?
Growing up, her dad had a replica of that full-size leg lamp.
See, awesome. It's like this cult classic movie, and I don't get it.
Well,
I thought it was cute.
I think a lot of cult classic movies, though, are kind of weird.
I guess so.
They're not always the epitome of a good movie, you know?
I guess
they're very memorable.
Because it's a good Christmas movie. The Grinch.
That is a good Christmas
That's
movie.
my
I watched
favorite
that one
Christmas
already this
movie.
year, and I will watch it many more times.
Another Christmas movie I watched for the first time this week was Love Actually.
Yes. What did you think of that one?
I thought it was so cute.
I love that movie.
I loved how it ended. I loved it. And I felt like there were about 3 subplots that could have been removed entirely from the movie and nobody would have noticed. Nobody would have noticed. I also, because I'd seen my whole life that guy holding up to me, you are perfect. Mm-hmm. I thought that it was going to be a movie about those 2 characters going through the hijinks of Christmas and then getting back together.
You thought it was only about that?
Yeah, because that's what you see.
No, that's the point, is that there are so many subplots. It's like it's the whole point of the movie is that there's, you're following so many different people and at the end they're all connected some way.
It was like, what's that other movie? He's Just Not That Into You.
Yeah.
It's that same, let's cast 18 stars.
I like movies like that.
It is fun. But I was expecting a romantic movie about those 2 people.
Right.
I was like,
I could
Keira
understand
Knightley
that.
probably had 4 lines in that movie.
They're not a big.
But her name was Juliet.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Spelled the same way.
What was your favorite plot line? Which characters?
Oh, the little boy.
So cute. I can't remember what he says, but he says something really funny about how love sucks or it's so painful.
Oh yeah.
He's just so dramatic and serious, and you're just like, just wait, kid.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I watched 2 movies that I thought were good. I thought they were good.
Let me ask you this. This is one of my all-time favorite holiday movies called The Holiday. Have you seen that movie?
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Oh, that's like my favorite movie. I could watch it every day of my life.
That's what they switch the houses or something. Yeah.
And the cast is amazing.
Is Jack Black in that movie? Okay.
Yeah, and he's like a romantic lead. I love it.
Oh,
he's a composer.
of course he is.
And he's like playing this music. He's like totally a romantic. I love everyone in that movie.
Okay, I'll have to watch that one again.
It is not available on any streaming services this year. You have to rent it.
Well, I'll catch it next year. No,
I'm very mad about that because I like to rewatch it constantly during Christmas.
Okay, Matching Pajamas, watch those movies. Drop a comment if you, or like let us know, did you think that Love Actually was going to be about those two people? And did you think A Christmas Story was going to have a plot? Let me know. Let me
Everyone's
know.
like, we don't know. We've been watching those movies for decades.
But I did watch Lindsay Lohan in Falling in Love. I think no, that wasn't it. Falling for
You
Christmas.
or Falling for Christmas.
Falling in Love is a different movie with Christina Milian that is great.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that
you
one.
like a
but
romantic movie.
I loved the new Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie.
I loved it.
I think she looked great. She did a good job.
She looked great. She did a great job.
It was really cute. I was laughing because there was two dead mothers mentioned immediately, and I was like, of course, every Christmas movie has a dead parent to just hit you in the heartstrings. But I loved it.
Anyways, okay. So you can tell what kind of movies grab my attention. I wrote down, I have Inner Mother Bleep in Peace, finally. I feel really good.
Bleepin'.
I'm feeling really good after about 6 weeks of feeling like garbage. So I feel great. And let me give you the update on One Young Sweetie Girl. So, oh my God, she was doing so amazing. Eating out of the hand, coming out of the cage, eating out of the hand. She would puff up and get so excited when she saw me. I couldn't open the cage fast enough, and she'd jump into my hand and she would sing to me, and she'd go, she'd like meow practically.
Boo's looking at you when you do that. He sounds like you. You squeak around, don't you?
So I read the bird literature, and it said, if they're doing all of that, bring them out of the cage. Bring them out of the cage. They love to be out of the cage. I have a different bird now.
Aww.
I have a different bird now. She got out of the cage, and something came over her, and she panicked. This little baby banged into mirrors, banged into wind. I thought, oh my God, this bird is going to break her neck, have a heart attack, or both. And oh my God, every nightmare I've had the past week is my bird flying out the front door, my bird being stepped on. Like, I'm just so I care about her so much. After this incident, which was a 3 hour incident of trying to get her back in the cage, because I kept saying, I think you're supposed to throw a towel over them and then you can kind of grab them, and Victor was like, no, I'm gonna crush her, like I don't want. So we ended up almost like how you would get a roach, getting like a piece of Tupperware and just slowly.
That's how I get spiders, and then I put a slip of paper underneath.
Slowly lowering it down over her and then closing the bottom and putting her back in her cage. She is healthy. She is not hurt, but she does hate me now.
Oh.
I went in to change her water bowl today. You would have thought I came at her with a rotisserie chicken stick. I mean, feathers went I was like, it's me. So the honeymoon is over for the moment, and she has to recover and build her trust back.
She will.
I made a vet appointment. I've been on the phone with the parrot stores. Please, is she okay? Is she eating? Yes. Is she making noise? Sometimes. Is she moving her wings? Yes. Okay, you just have to wait. She's just freaked out.
Oh, she'll get back to normal.
I know. I'm very concerned. I watch her on my bird monitor all day. Anyways, that's the update with Sweetie Girl. And Boo has taken...
She says, I have some things to say. Look at it. I've never seen her do that with paper before. Just trying to take a bite out of it. That was cute, Boo. Weird, but cute.
And then, what was the last thing I wrote? Thanksgiving. Oh, okay, last night. This is my last story of the week. Last night, I got invited to... So, okay, back up. When I was 21 and 22, maybe 23, I did it for 2 or 3 years. Are you trying to write? What is happening?
Boo's got something to say.
I volunteered for an organization called Musicians on Call. And it still is this amazing organization where musicians volunteer and you go to hospitals and you go room to room and you sing to the patients. And I worked at UCLA Mattel Children's Hospital. So I would go and there'd be a guide with me, Musicians on Call guide, and we would go room to room to room, and anybody who wanted a song, and it was all little children, would get a song. So I would sing like, Elsa and Anna songs and like other Disney songs, and they loved it. And so yeah, I did that for a little while, and I've been removed from most of the email lists because I stopped volunteering because they do like holiday parties and things, but now she's over it. But I somehow snuck onto this one email list that was like, you're invited to a Musicians on Call exclusive event with guest musician Gavin Degraw. And to me, that is like saying Taylor Swift's going to be there, Lady Gaga. I'm like, Gavin Degraw, of course we're going. Victor, clear the calendar, we're going. So we get there so early. And it's like a little stage. It reminded me of when I used to play in like the Free People stores. Yeah. And they'd set up a little stage. And,
oh my God, I used to plan those events for Urban Outfitters.
Oh yeah.
Same company.
I'd be the girl who showed up. I was a Free People it girl for a minute. So in my heart, I'll always be. So we get there, there's like a little stage. It's at this store called John Varvatos.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And it's,
heard of it.
It's a beautiful store. I mean, you can't get a white t-shirt for less than $150. It's just the vibe of John Barbados, and that's fine. But it's a beautiful store. And so we get there, and I said, okay, we're going to plant ourselves in the front of the stage. We're going to stand here for an hour and a half. I want to be right in front to see Gavin Degraw. So we stood there, and the time's getting closer. The event was only from like 6 to 8. I'm like, okay, I bet it's 7:15 he'll go on. But it's so 6 o'clock, I am in the very front. I am planted. I am not moving. If I don't get my One Tree Hill experience, I am going to sob. So, the way people like get tense for Harry Styles, Gavin Degraw. So there I am, 6:30, 6:45, 7. Not a single person has moved up. It's just me standing there.
They're like, who's the girl planted?
But I'm unwilling to move because I'm like, the second I move, 20 people are going to... I was like, no, not today. 7:05, a woman comes up and says, in 10 minutes, Gavin Degraw is going to be here. I'm like, I got to really hold my boundary and stay right here. Nobody moves. I'm like, oh my God, these people are here to shop at the store. They're not here for the concert.
Oh.
So... because it was like a 25% off sale and then a proceed
we're
giving to Musicians on Call. So Gavin comes out, people start moving forward, but the way that people moved forward, the very front of the line of people was still 6 feet behind me. So it's just me and Victor standing right in front of the stage and people like 6 to 10 feet behind me. You could have fit 5 people behind me and in all directions. I'm sure there'll be a video posted of this event and you'll just see me right in front. And Victor's like, there's a lot of space behind us. I said, I'm not moving back. I'm not moving back. So
I wouldn't have been able to handle that. I would have been like, I'm going with the crowd.
Oh my God, no. I was like, I've waited my whole life to see Gavin Degraw. I love Gavin Degraw. So he comes out, so handsome, so sweet. He introduces his guitar player. I'm like, oh, I matched with that guy on Tinder once. We used to talk.
Love that.
Victor's like, of course. I'm like, oh, I know that guy. He's like, do you think he'd remember you? I was like, no, absolutely not. Never, ever would this man remember who I was at all. So he plays his songs, and I was so excited because on the piano was his set list, and the song that I live for is I Don't Want to Be Anything Other Than... It's the theme of One Tree Hill. It was on the set list. The guitarist had the sheet music right in front of him. He plays one song. He plays another song. He plays Chariot, which is a great hit of his.
Love that one. I think those are the only 2 songs I know.
Okay. He plays a song called Not Over You, which is great. He plays a cover of an Elton John song. He plays another song I haven't heard of, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is it. He's gonna end with I Don't Want to Be, and says, Thank you all so much, everybody. Have a great night. And I was like, what? No. What? No. But I will say, he came off the stage. He walks right up to me and Victor, shakes our hands and says, thank you guys for standing in front. And I was like, Gavin Degraw, you're wonderful. You're welcome. Thank you. And then I don't remember anything else after that moment. But
Juliet blacked out.
I did.
He's probably really sick of everybody only wanting to hear that song.
I get it. If I was probably voluntarily playing a charity event, I would play the songs I would want to play.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's my guess. Because otherwise, why wouldn't he play? He's probably just so tired of... He's like, I have other music.
I know. And his other music was amazing. It was amazing. But later in our musical program today, I will be singing a part of that song because I need to hear somebody sing it. And that's what's new with me. What's new with you?
Wow. Okay. So I wrote some things down, but I forgot about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was really fun. I spent it with Craig's family, and I FaceTimed my dad for a while, and that was nice. Craig's got like a big family like I do back home, so it's fun. There's always a big thing, and it was so yummy, and we played with his niece and nephew, and it was really fun. And I want to revisit. I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies as well.
Okay.
But I've been trying out Amazon Prime has a ton of like Lifetime Hallmark-esque bad Christmas movies.
My favorite.
And so I have some things to say.
Oh, okay. Okay.
3 come to mind that I watched recently. And I would say watch 2 of the 3 for fun, but they're not good. But I do this every year where I watch a ton of them, but like they are so fucking unhinged, these Christmas movies. They are off the wall. I mean, the one I watched most recently was called A Bride for Christmas.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Spoiler alert. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay, skip ahead if you're, planning on watching the Amazon Prime original A Bride for Christmas. I know it's on everyone's list.
And I love how like they're all like the same actors and actresses matched with different people in all these movies. There's very successful, they must make, really good livings just being in these loops of like these kinds of movies. I love it. I'm like, good for them. They're the stars of all these different movies. So the one guy, the lead guy, I had seen in a lot of like Hallmarky type movies before. I loved it. I love to see them continue to book stuff. Big fan. But this movie was so just batshit because I was laughing. Okay, so the movie starts out. It's this beautiful young woman's, I was gonna say wedding day. She's in her gown. She's looking in the mirror. Her mom's fixing her hair. And she's like, Mom, how did you know that Dad was the one? And her mom's like, no, we're not doing this. You're getting married. You're walking down that aisle. She kind of brushes off she's clearly, so she's like, okay. So she's like walking down the aisle. And then she's walking up to the groom, and then she just keeps walking past him and goes out like a back door behind the altar and just like runs away and leaves. She like, this is the opening scene, right? And then she's got this sister that they live together. She comes home later, and this bride is got mascara tears streaked down her face, and she's like, what's wrong with me? I've been engaged 3 times and I just can't make it down the aisle. Okay, so this is the setup.
Oh no.
And then she meets this guy, right? And like, he's like chronically single. He's never had a serious relationship. She's sworn off relationships. She's never getting married. She's like, no, I keep breaking these men's heart. I can't. Okay, I'll see where this is going. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they've known each other for maybe a week. Maybe. I'm stretching it. All the classic things happen. He spends time with the family. They all get along great. Oh, he loves dogs. I love dogs. They both volunteer at the same dog shelter. Classic. All of these things are happening. And then, for God knows why, she's like, they finally kiss, right? There's like all this tension. She runs up and kisses him. She makes the move. Oh. And then she comes home upset and she's crying, and her sister's like, what's wrong? And she goes, it happened. because she keeps asking, how do you know someone's the one? How do you know someone's the one, right? She keeps asking this, and people are like, I don't know. And she's like, it happened. The fireworks happened when I kissed him. He's the one. I know he is. And you're like, bitch, what? One kiss? And then she proposes to him. She proposes to him.
A bride for Christmas.
And then they get married immediately.
And everyone just happens to be available that day.
And her parents are like, thank God she finally got married. I mean, it's just, I would still watch it because I'm skipping over some stuff. There's like, there's always like, oh, it's happening. Oh no, something happens and they separate. And then, oh, it does happen. All that goes down. But I'm just like, they can't just, I would be perfectly happy with the ending of like they just be together. They don't have to get married at the end, I know it's the drama, it makes it entertaining, but I was like, what?
Here's the thing. These movies are dangerous because you know who I wouldn't recommend a woman pursues? The man who has never been in a committed, like ever, is against it. Good luck.
If I had married, I can think of two people that the first kiss with them was fireworks. I was like, oh my God, the chemistry. Both of those people, the most toxic people I ever dated.
Oh, I would be either still being abused or I'm like cheated on every other weekend.
I'm like, the fireworks, not a good indication. No. We want both. We want fireworks and healthy love. But a lot of times we have fireworks because there's an adrenaline rush because that's not good.
Yeah, and they smell really good. I can remember how all of my firework kiss people smelled.
Mm-hmm. So I was just pheromones. I would like to see the 365 follow-up where this marriage has ended for Aiden and what's her name. I was like, oh, this movie's so unrealistic. So that was funny. And then I also watched Christmas on the Bayou. And the funny one about this movie, first of all, no one in this movie do not watch this movie. This one's not even entertaining in a funny way. Do not watch this movie. No one in the movie had any chemistry. No chemistry in the mother-daughter or the mother-son relation. I mean, but I don't think they were bad actors, but they were cast so, and then the romantic leads, no chemistry anywhere in this movie. I was like, I feel like I'm watching a school play.
John, I already told you that.
And then the Santa, or the, what do they call it? Because it's the Bayou, the Papa Noel or something. The Santa that they cast, this little boy keeps going to visit this guy and he's like, I'm Papa Noel, whatever. And he's like, I don't believe in him. This Santa was the scariest man. So creepy. And I've seen that actor in other stuff. It's nothing against him, but it was just a weirdly written character, and he looked really the guy looked like he was going through some medical issue. It was just scary and bad. It was not a good movie. Don't recommend that one. But I loved, there's something about Christmas in Mississippi or something. That's a fun one. And A Very Country Christmas.
Oh, I would love that.
It's very cute. It's the country music star is running away from it all, and then he meets a girl. I mean,
the small town girl who helps out her pa at a store or something. Yeah. I just made that up, but I imagine that's the plot.
Yeah. And that one's a little unhinged too. I mean, they know each other 3 days, and he's like, leave your life behind and come with me. And she's like, okay.
Sounds good.
But I would watch that one, A Very Country Christmas. So that's my spiels on the Christmas movies I've been watching lately.
Have you seen A Christmas Prince?
Is that one the Netflix one?
Uh-huh.
Where she's a journalist and she sneaks in as a nanny?
No security. Nobody checks ID. Come on in.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
And then they did a second one
with a marriage, and then a third one with a baby.
I don't think I've seen the third one, but the second one, her hair looked so bad the whole movie.
Oh, I remember thinking that.
Hey, mister, no. Do not. This is not the time. Mister's trying to tear down the Christmas tree. But I was just like,
Mister stole Christmas.
I gave them some of these small ornaments to play with.
If I act like I'm touching him, maybe he'll leave. Look, affection.
Yeah, give him love and he will leave.
I'm petting you. Isn't it fun to be pet?
He's like, I'm out of here.
Oh, now he likes
that
it.
one.
Okay.
But that's what I remember about that second movie. I was like, who did her hair? She's now a princess or a queen, and she went downhill in the hair department. She should go back to doing her own hair. I loved that movie though. What else is new with me? We got our Christmas tree. Very exciting.
Yay.
And the day that we like planned like, oh, like this is the day we're getting the Christmas tree, and then we unexpectedly had to or got to babysit Craig's niece and nephew that are like, they're either 3 and 4. I think they're 4 and 5. They're so hard to tell at that age. I have no idea, but they're little and they have a lot of energy. So he just took them for part of the morning because like I had work to do and whatever. But I spent a good chunk of the day with them, and it was just really fun to just like me and Craig take care of these kids. And like we took them to we did a lot. We took them to Costco, and then we took them to Lowe's to help pick out our Christmas tree. I was lugging around the little one that is not very little, Mila. She wanted to be carried and like would pass out in my arms, and my arms were sore the next day.
Oh.
But it was really fun. But I was like, wow, I am grateful to give these kids back. I was tired.
Merry Christmas.
I was like, I want a baby, but also right now I'm happy to give these back. But it was really, really fun. And then the last thing, this new dance studio opened near me, or I don't know how new. It's pretty new. I think they opened in October. But I went there for the first time, and they have like contemporary and jazz and hip hop and heels and all of these different. So I already go to dance class twice a week, but one of them's like called Move and Tone. So we only do dance for like half of the class, and then it's like weights and stuff. And then the other one's Pop Fit. That's really fun. We learn choreography, and it's how it sounds like. It's like pop music. Right now we're learning all Britney Spears choreography. So it's really fun. But my favorite when I was a dancer, or I still am a dancer, but when I was a serious dancer taking lots of classes growing up, my favorite was always modern / contemporary. I just love just melting into the music and feeling that and the gracefulness. You know, like the pop dance is fun, but it's not quite the same, I don't know, like emotional expression to me. I think contemporary has so much emotional expression. And so it was really fun to go to this contemporary class and learn choreography and really like melt into it. And I just felt like me as a dancer there, like I don't know how to explain it. Like I love going to like hip hoppy stuff and things like that, but that's not, it's just not my like identity as a dancer. It's really fun, but I just like the modern contemporary and even ballet, like that's where I like really shine. And so it was so fun. And I loved, so in the beginning of class we did a little warm up, and then she was like, okay, we're gonna do some improv and then we'll start choreography time. And I was like, oh my god, I have not done improv like this like in forever, like since I was like maybe 18. And I got nervous, but then I was like, we're all doing it in class, and it was just me and one other girl in the class too, but I was like, she's not looking at me, she's doing her own thing, the teacher's here, she's gonna dance with us, it doesn't matter. And so then I immediately like felt calm again. But the prompt was so cool, and it made me really emotional. And especially if you are a dancer or grew up a dancer, you will relate to this. So you probably have something, and everyone has this whether you're a dancer or not, but she said, like, as a dancer, what is the thing that's wrong with you? Like when you would go to class, like it frustrated you. So to me, like I loved ballet. I wish I could be a ballet dancer. I'm too tall and I don't have very pointy feet. Like they're fine. I could get up on my point shoes fine, but they're not very flexible feet. So my feet, I've always been self-conscious about. And then we all know I've got an extra vertebrae in my back, which means I can't arch my back very much at all because it locks up. So it was like, those were the two things that are like, quote, wrong with me. So she was like, I want you to think about like growing up and going to your dance classes and looking in the mirror and always seeing what was wrong with you, which I'm feeling emotional now because you're in front of a mirror for hours every day and just looking at yourself when you're growing up like this, and just tearing yourself apart, really, like comparing yourself to the other people in your class. And as much beauty and discipline and things I learned from being a dancer, like I don't miss that part where I was just staring at myself in the mirror and being like, God, like, why won't my feet point more? Why is my back not flexible? Like, why am I so much taller than everybody else? And, you know, just these things, right? But she said the improv prompt was, what's wrong with you? And embrace it and make that the focus of your improv and make that the focus of your movement. And so I chose my feet not being as flexible as I want them to be, as pointy as I want them to be. And I just moved and I just kept my feet like hyper flexed the whole time, and nothing was about pointing my toes. And we just moved for, I don't know, like a while, and just let the rest of my body do its thing, and just like focus, like my feet, like just flexing them and being like, fuck it. And like, it was so emotional. It was so healing. I was like, this is so cool. And what a special thing. Like, so I would encourage anyone out there, especially if you enjoy, whether you like grew up in like actual dance classes or you just like moving your body and dancing around, like what's something that you view as wrong with your body, and just like moving in a way that like accentuates that and like loves that and embraces that. It was just like really powerful. It was really cool.
I love that.
So that was very special. And that's it.
Okay.
Christmas movies and dance classes and babysitting. What a week.
Tis the season. Tis the season. So I think we should dive into our topic. Then we'll do a little baby ad break and just explain like some little changes we're doing.
Yeah, some fun things.
And then at the end, we'll do our sing-along.
Wow.
We'll do our sing-along. We'll save that for last. Also, Mr. Cat's perched right here, and if I get the guitar, he will move, and I like that he's perched next to me.
He's like a little gargoyle protecting you.
Yeah.
Good job,
Egyptian
Mr.
Cat. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm so curious. We didn't compare notes before this. What did you download and come up with for what you learned the most in year 2? And I would also ask, like, compared to year 1.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wrote down when I was thinking about this, what we learned in year 2 is like, if I had to pick a word for this year, it would be resiliency.
That's the first word I wrote down. I wrote resiliency, roller coaster.
Yeah. It's been an interesting year. There's been so many amazing, beautiful things. And then there's been a lot of not as fun things that have gone down too. And that's a part of growth. And that's a part of just like trying new things and figuring out who you are and what you want. And then doing that as a business, as a podcast, as a brand. So it's just been, it's been a lesson in continuing on, even when it feels like no matter what I do, it's not turning out how I thought or how I hoped, or I'm letting someone else down, or I'm letting me down, or whatever it is. It's just like I still trust in our vision that we've had from the start, and that vision has expanded, and I know that we have this vision for a reason. And so it's just been, I would say, trust and resiliency too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then compared to like the first year, I don't even know, like what would the word be for the first year? That was also just a lot of expansion and growth and fun. And I think, I don't know, what would you say?
I was thinking about this. I feel like year 1 was life and the universe proving us correct that anything is possible. That anything is possible. We can manifest anything. We got things done so much and so quickly in that first year. Made no sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quantum leap after quantum leap after quantum leap, which is why we taught on quantum leaping, because we did it.
Yeah.
So, and almost pretty seamlessly.
Yeah.
And then year 2, I feel like it was like, okay, now that you know that things are possible and that you are powerful and that what you say impacts people and whatever. I feel like year 2 was like, but can you handle that?
Yeah, it was like, okay, yes, here's the proof of concept. So yes, this is gonna work, and yes, you'll do it, but now you need to like clean up the edges, and you need to decide how this is really gonna work for you, and you need to learn to hold the space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I put resiliency, roller coaster, thick skin. I've not, that's not my strong suit, but it's going to have to be. And I thought about how, what is the, like, only, 10% of businesses, I'm making up this number. It's something lowish though, like make it to 5 years. And it's like, oh, I get why. Because when things start to go not as planned, a lot of people take it as a sign to give up.
Absolutely.
And I wrote down, nothing is a sign unless you let it be.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing.
We assign meaning to our signs.
To everything. If I see 555, I can decide that that means nothing, and that is true. I can also decide that that means something, and that is true. If everything that I've built falls apart in a pile of flaming trash, I can decide that that means this isn't meant for me. Or I can decide that that means, oh, okay, like I think maybe that this just wasn't going to work long term, and it's time to rebuild and do something bigger. And this is just like, this is happening for me.
Yeah.
It's not happening to hurt me. It's happening for me and for everyone. So that's been a big lesson of like being able to take a bird's eye view and being able to like, I sometimes think that our numbers have something to do with the impact that we can make on people, like the analytics and the metrics. And I think like, oh, well, we don't have 1 million followers, so maybe we're not making that much of an impact. But that's such a lie. Because one person can hear this, although I believe, and I know hundreds of people are listening to this, and somebody takes away something from each episode, even if it's small, and they don't have to be 999,999 other people that feel that way for that moment to mean any less. Or am I saying that right? Does that make sense? Like,
it doesn't mean more because more people.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, resiliency is huge. There are so many people in our world sort of doing life alongside us, launching their businesses, their passions, sharing their artwork, sharing their gifts, or just showing up as more of who they truly are on the inside. And it just is, I want to tell you that things will be hard sometimes. I did a whole Instagram post. We both sort of did this theme this week of like, sometimes we're going to fail. And that's not a sign to give up. That's not a sign to discontinue. That doesn't discount all the beautiful work that you've put in. Like, how many times did the Wright brothers have to try flying before they flew? Well, if they had been like, well, this is a sign, let's stop.
The most successful people have failed the most times. Because you can't have success without failure. It's just not going to happen.
Right. And people are really scared of failing.
Like whether you view failure as like a post just bombing and going nowhere, or putting a program or a new offer out and you hear crickets. It's like, yeah, we've done that 1 million fucking times. And if we took that as, well, no one bought that, or no one cared about that post that I thought was really amazing, or no one, I don't know, only this many people listen and we're this far in, guess it means that I'm not meant for this and I'm gonna go back to it's just not. Like,
oh, my foot's
no, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to, I'd say, be embarrassed, be cringy, because all of these things at first, when you whether it's like building a business or changing a career or putting yourself out there for a love interest or whatever it is, it always runs the risk of, quote, failure or embarrassment or cringiness or all of those things. But you're not going to get what you want by staying the same if where you're at now doesn't include those things.
I couldn't agree more. Something came to me this morning and I can't unthink it now. And what it is that I have spent my whole life really terrified of being misunderstood, terrified of being accused of things that just aren't true, and the people that really know me closely know aren't true. I've wanted to be likable. I've wanted to be celebrated. I mean, the stacks of awards that I fought for growing up, and valedictorian 3 separate times. Like, I just wanted to succeed and achieve and be liked. And there were many moments this year where I was liked very much, and there were a handful of moments this year where I was really disliked. And I realized that I can't make likability a value anymore. I can't. I can't.
It's hard. I think, like, who out there doesn't care about being liked like that? I don't think that's humanly possible, at least without some hard work. Like, I don't think there's anyone out there who just doesn't care if they're liked or not liked, or doesn't feel something when they feel a pang of like, oh, this person misunderstands me, this person really is not, does not like who I am.
Nothing you say can convince them of your true intentions. You know, and that put me in the fetal position for weeks this year. But it's like, you know, I think my values before, or not even values, but like what I wanted was to be liked, and to be like likability, and am I inspiring, and am I liked? And it's like, I just can't put stock in that anymore. Because whether people, like, you can't take that. People liking you or disliking you can change on a dime. It's not a stable thing that you can like actually ground yourself in. It's actually not my business what anybody thinks of me. Or any of us, you know? And it's just fascinating. So I was thinking some things that I'm really going to ground into and plug into starting right now and into the new year. I don't care so much about being likable or inspiring. I want to be extraordinary. I want to be captivating. I just want to fully express myself and not like get tight. Someone's not going to like me. Because here's the thing. You can do everything mostly right. No one's perfect. You could do everything mostly right. And you can still be hated. Freaking Miss Rachel. Do you know who Miss Rachel is?
No.
She's not little. She's a grown woman. She's the woman who has those incredibly successful, amazing YouTube videos where she sings songs and teaches babies how to talk. She gets hate mail. She's a saint. She's a saint. You can do everything right, and there will still be people who dislike you. And I'm just letting that one go. I'm letting it go. It's like if somebody really believes something about me, like, I can't change your mind. I can't change their mind. You know. I know who I am at my core. People who've, you know, known me for years and years know who I am. And as we continue to grow in our mission, in our magical living, in the things that we teach, in the spaces that we mentor in, I think it's like okay for me to accept like I'm not for everyone, and like really, really be okay with that. Really be okay with that. I learned that this year. That was because are like, do likable people leave legacies, or do extraordinary people leave legacies? Do likable people change your life, or do extraordinary people transform your life? So I'm just like ready to shed my snake skin. And
I mean, we have to let go of that validation outside of ourselves, because it's never going to be enough. And that's something that I've written a lot of intentions about, is I'm releasing the need for external validation. Like, I don't care how many likes or how many views or how many, you know, link clicks or whatever, like, because I'm like, I look at those things too much. I mean, it's helpful to look at insights and, you know, strategize from that, but I find myself looking at them a little too often.
Oh, okay.
And even when they're good, I don't feel any better. Nothing changes
it could always
internally.
Still be more, yeah.
Right. There's not a number that I'm ever gonna see that I go, oh, that's enough.
We had a reel go to like 104,000 views.
Oh, it's at 120.
Is it really?
No, it keeps going viral every few days.
That's so funny. I haven't. See, I'm the opposite. I post stuff at midnight when nobody's online. It gets 3 likes, and I'm like, great, and I post again.
I'm trying to move into that energy.
Yeah, it's the Juliet method. It doesn't really lead to success necessarily, but you do have some peace of mind. But it was so fun to watch it climb, and then it like stopped at around 103, and a part of me felt bummed. I was like,
right.
No, I guess it's done. I'm like, what am I sad about? It hit 100,000 people.
We can receive one message for every 100 kind messages. We can receive one message that says something rude or something mean or something just not true about us. And that's what we focus on. And that's what we let like seep into our identity, and like we let like mean something about us. And we're so quick to dismiss like oh my gosh, like 10 people saw my post and saved it. It meant enough that they want to revisit it. Like, that's 10 human beings. That's so cool, right? Or 10 people took the time to send me a DM and say, this made me laugh today, or thank you, or I get DMs sometimes that are like, I was in this a year ago with you, and I just wanted to let you know this thing happened. And it's just like, that's so cool. But I'm so quick to like feel good for a couple seconds and then ruminate over someone I don't know leaving an unkind comment, right? Like, I'm done with that shit. Like, we take radical responsibility, and we look in the mirror if we're getting repetitive feedback on something where it's like, oh, okay, we can make a change on that. I see that. I hear that. Absolutely. Let us take a look at that. Let us reflect on that. and that's a beautiful thing. But I can't take responsibility for how other people view me. I can't take responsibility for how other people interpret my message or my motives or what I have to say. All I know is what's in my heart. And I think I know what's in Juliet's heart too, because we're very aligned. And like, that's all I can do at the end of the day is look in the mirror and say, I did a good job today. I tried my best to feel good. I showed up my best for, what I committed to, and that's it. So it's hard to grow. Like, we've had a lot of growth. We got our podcast little like Anchor does, like Spotify does it, like Anchor did like a year wrapped, and we grew like over 200% in like listenership, and it's all these great numbers, right? But with that growth, it's like so amazing and so rewarding, and we're gonna celebrate the fuck out of that. But like, also, the more we share a lot of our heart on this podcast, we share a lot about our lives, not everything, but a lot. And the more people you reach, the more you're not gonna please everyone. There's no way, right? So like, all you can do is show up and know at the end of the day, like, I stayed true to myself. I took responsibility where maybe I could see something differently, and I know I'm doing my best, and I know my heart's in the right place. And if someone doesn't agree with me, that doesn't mean that I'm bad or that they're bad. It just means that we don't agree.
Listen, I mean, I'm going to say this with love. Listen to a different podcast. Just press a different button.
But it's been a lot of really important and beautiful lessons this year. I wrote some other stuff too. Like, we invested a lot in ourselves and a lot in our business.
Big time.
And not all of it panned out how we thought it would.
No.
We put a lot of time and energy into certain things that we were like, you know what? That's not speaking to us anymore. But I'm proud that we followed our heart and we followed our passion in those moments of time, so that there's no what ifs. This year was also about crystal clear clarity for us, because we followed our hearts and we said, this is lighting us up right now, let us give it a try. And we committed ourselves to what we committed ourselves to, and then we said, oh, okay, we gave that a try. We don't have to sit here and say, what if we tried that? What if we tried that? Like, we really put our hearts into everything that was lighting us up, and we got so crystal clear on, like, we're entering 2023. I love that our birthday's at the end of the year, by the way. It's like,
well, it's fun because ours are in the summer, so it's fun to have another birthday at another time of year.
We just have so much clarity. Like, this year was just about resiliency, clarity, growth, and we're like, oh, we invested in different mentors, we invested in different projects, we did different things, and we're so proud of everything that we tried, and not all of it went the way we wanted it to or thought it was supposed to, but like, fuck yeah, like, we put ourselves out there again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
And it's been frustrating at times to be like, oh, we're really excited about this thing, and then be like, okay, we have to revisit that. That didn't pan out how we wanted it to. But it's been exciting and it's been great. And I think that the other thing I was thinking about, what else did I write? We grew a lot, and with growth comes resistance and discomfort and grief, because outgrowing your old self is also very painful.
Yeah.
You grieve your old self, your old life. Like, even though all the things you're moving into are good and beautiful, like, you grieve what can't come with you, right? And like, being resilient is so powerful, but it's also fucking exhausting. It is.
It's our birthday, we can cry if we want to. Cry if we want to.
But I wrote, like, I've been challenged to learn how to take care of myself on a whole new level. And that is an important piece of being able to hold space for a bigger community, right? Just like learning how to manage my energy and move. Like, I've said this before, but being an entrepreneur, like, you have to have the tools. It will force you into personal and spiritual development. You have to have the tools to move through disappointments and pain very quickly. You have to learn to bounce back, because, again, to be successful, you're failing and you're failing and you're failing, and then you're successful. And then at that level, you're failing and you're failing and you're failing, and then you're successful. Like, I've just learned to manage my energy, and it's been really cool to see in the past couple weeks how, like, I'll kind of sit with, oh my gosh, like, that's not going right and that's not going right, but I feel fucking good today. Right? Like, I'll have these moments, but it doesn't overtake my life. And that's been really cool, because I've just really become really fucking good at managing my energy. And I'm proud of that, because, I mean, long ago when I worked in retail, if like one customer was kind of rude, it would ruin me for days, right? And now it's like everything can feel like it's going wrong. Not everything's going wrong, but things can be frustrating, and things can be going wrong, quotes, and I have my moments to like process those emotions, and then I'll be like, I'm enjoying 99% of my day. And it's been really great to learn how to do that.
We were initiated this year.
Oh, fuck yeah, we were.
We were initiated. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. And then this is another interesting thing about this year that I was thinking about.
Okay.
So in the first like quarter of this year, we had such huge, exciting, major things happening. We signed a major TV development deal with the biggest reality production company. And we filmed for another really big reality show, and we did some other cool shit with meeting celebrities and reading for them and being psychic for famous people. Really fun, really cool.
Yeah.
And it looks like nothing is coming out of any of those things.
Absolutely nothing.
That's what it looks like. So this is another resiliency, to deal with the disappointment of that, because
oh my gosh,
that was so thrilling and so exciting, and we were like, oh my god, this time next year our lives are going to be completely different, because we're going to have a TV show and we appeared on this show and these things happening, right? But I wrote, it's actually not nothing, because it was so fucking scary to go into these places, to sit in an office with the most powerful people in reality television and tell them, this is our vision, right? And be confident in that. It was so scary to be doing a psychic reading for celebrities and have cameras in our faces. That was terrifying. And it was so fun. And they were all amazing experiences. Nothing bad happened. It was so good. But that was an instant energetic upgrade, an instant amount of growth to sit in those spaces and say, I belong here.
Yeah.
It was powerful. And I have chills right now because I know it was not for nothing. And fucking still a disappointment to not have been like, those episodes are already out in that show. They didn't use the scenes that we were in. That's fine. It didn't go with the storyline and we watched it. And then our show idea was used for something else. So
we were robbed.
We're like, oh, I see you're coming out with that. That's interesting. That sounds word for word like what we said in your office, but that's fine. You know what? We have really good ideas.
No kidding. No, it's one of those things where it's like, I always think like this is going to be so, these are going to be such captivating chapters in our book someday.
Exactly.
In our memoir.
In our bestseller.
Oh, our first TV deal with the biggest of the big shots. Multiple meetings and emails and calls and then crickets. And then all of a sudden they announce an exact
word for word, the words that came out of our mouth is how they're marketing
identical
it.
show about two witches. Yeah.
You'll know it when you see it.
You'll know it when you see it.
It's already been announced, but they've barely been marketing it, so I'm curious if it's even going to actually come out. But let us know if you have any guesses. We'll tell you if you're right. We can't publicly say it. We're still under contract.
Until April 1st.
And then we are fucking dishing.
On March 20th, how much do you want to bet? They'll be like, girls. We like, no.
Do you want to sign another year?
No,
like,
thank you.
No. Because guess what? Other production companies have emailed us and expressed interest.
And they can't work with us because we're under contract right now.
We'll be on TV someday, guys. Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
Even if it's on the news, you'll see us.
Oh, yeah, I've said that before. I'm like, we should reach out to the local news and be like...
Oh, I meant like two witches with the audacity. Tonight at 7.
Tonight at 7.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. It was like we'd get this like crazy high of like, oh my God, this is happening. And then this like really big low. And then this crazy, oh my God, this is happening. And this really big low. And it was, you know, it was a huge lesson in like, okay, how do I, like you said, like self-regulate and not let any of this mean anything about me, about who I am, about what I deserve, about what I get to have, about what the impact I can make is, about how, you know, this is my word, extraordinary, how extraordinary and spectacular I get to be.
Yeah.
But what an it girl I am. Like,
right.
It doesn't matter. None of it means anything.
Guess what? Write it all down on paper. We should be quitting. We should be saying
this should be our resignation episode.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Just kidding. No. We're not going anywhere.
Thanks for 2 great years. Goodbye.
But there's, I've said ugly crying to Craig, like, why does it feel like everything's going wrong?
Oh my
because
God.
It's been a lot this year, but I'm really excited and hopeful that it's not going to be like that next year.
No, it won't be.
It won't be. It was a year of growth.
Well, because here's the thing. Even if it is, we're not going to feel it the same way.
No. Oh, you can't disappoint me any further than I've been disappointed this year.
No. We have we are so protected. We are so I'm not in our inbox anymore. Like somebody else does that.
Yeah. So there's been a lot to move through. There's been a lot to heal and grow from, but there's also been so much to celebrate this year. Like we've met so many new people,
so many amazing new listeners. People in our programs, in our community spaces. Thank you so much.
We're so grateful for each and every one of you. Whether we've met you from DMs or being in one of our community spaces, or you're a listener and we haven't met you yet, feel free to introduce yourself. We love,
oh my God, DM us.
We love seeing you on our our Instagram lives and our TikTok lives, and we're just so grateful. We have so much fun. That's why maybe we can go into talking about our new stuff, but we really rearranged the way we have our offerings set up, because the most fun we have is when we are in live spaces with you, when we're on our Instagram live and when we're on our TikTok live and when we're in live group calls. The group energy and getting to like real time coach and mentor and inspire and do magic together, we realize that's what lit us up the most. It's about coming on live calls with us. We have replays available for everything that we're about to talk to you about, but we love hanging out with you on Zoom. And so everything you're about to hear about is about spending time in a group setting, in a group energy, and changing our lives, living our most magical lives.
Isn't it amazing? It sort of has evolved. Like it was like mindset, magic, manifestation. Then, well, and with the, like psychic development and intuition and stuff. Then the witch piece came in, and then like just all these things kept growing, and really like what we're about is living magically, whether you're doing it as a witch, whether you're doing it as a psychic, whether like it's all like we're allowed to be these, you know, beautiful multifaceted people. So come live magically with us. It's what we do best. We bounce back like a super ball. What are they called?
I don't know. Super ball? Never heard of it.
What are those bouncy balls called? Super balls?
A bouncy ball?
Comment below. Let me know what it's called.
I'm like, I only ever called them a bouncy ball.
I don't know why I thought it was a super ball.
Maybe.
So we have, in December, there are 2 amazing spaces you can join. We are taking the coven, we are uprooting it from Patreon. As we go on, we remember. Bye-bye, Patreon. All the times if you're still in the coven, we are just uprooting you and moving you over to Kajabi. If you're in the coven this month, we're going to give you a code to thank you for the annoyance of moving over to Kajabi, where you're going to get 1 month free of the coven. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Yes.
So if you want to stay, we're going to give you that code and you'll move over into Kajabi. And you'll also be locked in at the $22 a month price, because we're really making the focus about the quality of these live calls. And of course, the chats are very fun, which is like a very fun added bonus. So again, if you're in the coven and you want to stay in the coven, we will be reminding you all month long to move over to Kajabi and get 1 month free and start the new year. You can also pay a year at a time. We'll give you a crazy good deal on that. If you want to just,
you're like, I know I'm in for a year.
I hate monthly payments. Let's just get in and do it. And
you get like 2 months
year.
free, basically.
There you go. Get 2 months.
So you'll
free.
get like 3 months free.
You'll get 3 months free.
Free.
It's a tongue twister. Same with Psychic Circle. Psychic Circle staying exactly where it is. It's already in Kajabi. And if you get it in December, you lock in the price of $22 a month. In January, it's going up to $33 a month. So if you're like, I want to try Psychic Circle, I want to try the Coven, here's what I would recommend.
Getting in December.
Get in December. Get into both in December. And then get that free 1 month coupon
for the Coven.
You'll get the highest value that way. And then you get to move on. And then in January, $33 for the Coven calls, $33 for the Psychic Circle. Again, if your Discord, we may do a little rearranging in the Coven.
We're going to be doing some renovations.
Just so it's just a little more streamlined. But most things will stay the same.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. And then, because we are now becoming very well versed in being resilient, in living a magical life, in turning shit into gold.
Hell yeah.
Like, amen. We are launching the Alchemy Collective. So this one I'm like not even sleeping. It's all I think about.
I know.
And my bird. So
the Alchemy Collective and my bird.
The Alchemy Collective is going to be a place where you are going to have high-level mentorship with us. High-level mentorship with the 2 most imperfect, dedicated, committed, relentless, tenacious, magical women you know.
Yes.
So if you want the witchcraft piece, the psychic intuitive development piece, and you want this manifestation mindset. Like, let's build legacies together. Let's turn our lives into gold together. You're going to want to join the Alchemy Collective, because when you're in the Alchemy Collective, you get access to everything. You get to hang out with us for all the calls, be in all the community spaces, get all the libraries, all the replays. It's the best value. It's the biggest bang for your buck. We have combed through what other coaches and mentors charge for this type of thing.
Not even close.
It's like not even
100 times more.
100 times more. So
if you're in the Alchemy Collective, you'll have the 2 coven calls a month for the new and full moon to work with the moon energy, create magic. You'll have 2 psychic circle calls a month for intuitive development, which intuition is the number one piece you need to trust in your intuition to have the expansion and growth that you desire in your life. It all comes down to intuition. So you'll have the intuition, and then you'll have 2 calls focused on manifestation, mindset, very action oriented. What do you need to do to make shit change, to make shit happen in your life? It's going to be very, very activating space. So you'll have 6 opportunities every month. You don't have to show up to every live call.
No.
The replays will be available, but you'll have the opportunity to be in our energy and that magical, powerful group energy on those calls, and
6 times a month,
and inspire you to create your magical life.
Holistic, all-encompassing.
Yes.
Don't you love this? The 3 pillars. The 3 pillars. And or you can, dip your toes into one. The only thing is, if you are in the Alchemy Collective, you can't just do Alchemy Collective.
Yeah.
Like you can sign up for it and just show up to those calls.
We just know that we want you to be a well-rounded witch. We know that the witchcraft piece and the intuition piece has been okay. So we began working with mindset and manifestation, and that was cool. And that was powerful. It did a little for our lives, but what really made it blow wide open was adding these pieces, the intuitive development and the witchcraft. That really made shit happen and really made us like change our lives, quantum leap, do cool shit. So we're like the Alchemy Collective, you get it all. It's all or nothing when you're in the Alchemy Collective. We're going to be really powerful. We are so lit up by this. We're so excited by this. It's going to be incredible, and it starts in January. And if you want to dip your toes in, you want to have a taste, we have a free masterclass that we're hosting called Turning Shit into Gold. What is it called? Embracing
being the alchemist.
Being the alchemist.
Yeah.
Being the alchemist, turn shit into gold. So you can come to a free masterclass in 2 weeks? It's on
the 16th.
It's on the 16th. It's a Wednesday.
The 16th.
Obviously, if you sign up for the masterclass, no obligation, but you'll get an early bird deal that's really, really good. And so just go to our show notes, get on the Alchemy Collective waitlist, and that will sign you up automatically for that free masterclass. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so powerful. You'll get a taste of what the Alchemy Collective is all about. I'm so excited. So excited.
I know. I just feel so happy that we get to be our fullest selves in all of these spaces and just touch on these very connected pieces. I'm so excited. I'm really, 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 really feeling thrilled about all of this. And message us if you have any questions, because you might be thinking, well, wait, I'm already in this, but I want to do alchemy. We will figure it out. You will not be overcharged for anything. We'll cancel you here. We'll bring you in here. We'll make it all work. So
it'll be easy peasy.
So for some of you, it might just be like an extra, $20 upgrade. It's you're going to be just blown away by how amazing and accessible and activating and life-changing this is going to be.
So excited.
Because in 2023, we are being magical. We are being extraordinary. We are being spectacular.
Yes.
We don't need anybody's permission or validation. That's the vibe.
And then remember to pop into our holiday catalog.
Oh my gosh. Okay, at this moment, it's like being worked on. I'm working on it. But when this episode drops, the catalog will be out. It is so cute. It is a Merry Witchmas pink sparkle catalog. It's going to be so fun to just like flip through virtually.
Or you can print it out if you really want the full experience.
Oh my gosh, print it out.
Tag us in a story if anyone prints it out. If you decide to do that, show us you with your physical copy.
Oh my gosh, so circle the things you want, like slip it under mom's door.
Yep.
Put
it
it
to
on
your partner.
your partner's
Here
desk.
You go. We'll have our decks in there, Quantum Goddess holographic deck and the Intuitive Magic Oracle deck. Not many of those left.
We're going to do, I think, 8 or 10 bundles because we have so few Intuitive Magics left. There's a really good deal.
Yeah.
Really good deal to get both decks
If
together.
you didn't hop on the bundle deal for Black Friday, you have another opportunity too.
So yeah, you're going to love the catalog. We'll put it in the weekly email and we'll put it all over our socials, of course.
Yay!
And
It'll be
oh
in
my
the show
gosh.
notes too.
Thank you for listening to, but don't go away yet. Thank you. We have music. Thank you for being on this journey with us, for doing life with us, for being in our world, for growing and expanding with us, and just for being you. You know, that's what we're just being us, and we love that you're just being you.
Yeah, thank you.
All
Is
right.
it song time?
It's absolutely song time.
Happy birthday to us. It's time for Witchmas.
Okay. So I knew these chairs might pose an issue because of the arms, so I'll just sit sideways.
Okay, pull your mic back over too.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. Watch me.
Like, dang, guitars are bigger than you think.
I know. They are. Okay, this should do it.
Perfect.
So I thought we could do a verse of "We wish you a Merry Witchmas, we wish you a Merry Witchmas, we wish you a Merry Witchmas, and a Magic New Year."
Oh, love it.
I thought that'd be cute.
Okay.
Okay.
Get the guitar going.
All right. Dun 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 dun.
We wish you a Merry Witchmas. We wish you a Merry Witchmas. We wish you a Merry Witchmas and a Magic New Year. Oh,
Wasn't that sweet, everybody?
yay!
Okay. And then I thought I would sing half of my original Christmas song.
I think I know most of the words.
Oh, let's sing it together.
I was singing it last night. Okay, I have to tell you really quickly. Every time I play it, Craig is like, "This is an instant Christmas classic." He's like, he loves it. Like,
Oh my gosh.
He's like, "I can't believe it's not in a Christmas movie already." I'm like, "Well, actually, it's in an episode of Pretty Little Liars."
You can hear about 2 seconds of it. If you turn, actually, you can hear it for about 15 seconds if you turn the volume up really loud. You can hear it in the background of Pretty Little Liars, and one of the episodes that came out this year. And then at the very end, you hear "My wish is you," and then this noise goes. It's like a horror episode.
I love it.
You may have heard this on TV. Probably not.
Probably not, but maybe you could have.
So my intention is that this is going to be a Christmas hit.
It is. I would
Maybe
put it
it'll
on
hit in
par
5
with Mariah's.
I don't know when.
Watch out, Mariah Carey.
Watch out. Do you know that she makes over $2 million every year
Yeah,
for that song playing?
right. Crazy. That's a. She doesn't need to do anything else if she doesn't want to.
No, and she doesn't most of the time.
I don't know what
just
else she works
enjoys
on.
her life. So
awesome.
if you like what you hear today, or if you don't, add it to your playlist.
Share it with a friend.
Share it with a friend. Be like, I heard this great new Christmas classic. Santa, my wish is you. Here we go. Snow is falling down on every house so perfectly. It's almost Christmas Eve.
Christmas time.
I'm counting down the days till everybody's gathered round the fire and we hear the sound of sleigh bells ring. Go Sadie! And reindeer on the way. I know you've got a lot to do. Your list is long, you're checking it too. All together in one room, it won't be the same, no, not without you.
It won't take a lot to make me smile on Christmas Day, so Santa, won't you come in through the front door? I love if you do, I'm waiting for you. Everything's so merry and so bright, the tree lights up the room, so won't you come in through the front door? I love if you do, Santa, this year my wish is you. I love that song. It makes me cry.
And I have one more. Ditty for you. I did not hear it last night, but you will hear it now. Just the chorus. Also, I'd like to shout out myself that I didn't play 3-minute songs. I thought 30 seconds of each is enough.
Shout out to us.
This is for all my One Tree Hill fans. Oh. This is for all my Gavin Degraw fans. This is for all Goddess Hangs fans.
This one's for you.
I used to make so many jokes on stage, and my mom at one point was like, Juliet, stick to singing. This is also, and then I'll sing the damn song. This is our theme song for this year.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to take a story of you doing this.
Okay, great.
Go over to Goddess Hangs.
They promised Christmas songs. What is this?
What is this shit?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. All I have to do is think of me and I'll have peace of mind. I'm tired of looking around rooms wondering what I gotta do or who I'm supposed to be. I don't want to be anything other than me. No, I don't want to be. No, 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 no. If we made it more applicable to us, it would be like, I don't want to be anything other than a witchy psychic baby. All I have to do is be true to me and I'll have peace of mind. Woo! I'm tired of looking around rooms wondering what I gotta do or who I'm supposed to please. I don't want to be anything other than me. No, I don't want to be. They're like, now we see why she didn't make it as a singer.
Please, this podcast really needs to work.
And a happy new year. Join us next week for Music Corner, and if you didn't like it, just don't listen to the end of next week's episode.
If you didn't like it, do not let us know.
You could send an email, but we won't see it. All right. It's been an amazing year.
Thank you, everyone. Happy birthday to us. Thank you for celebrating
Happy birthday
with
to
us.
us. And here's to, we have more Witchmas, more songs, more cool Yule experiences.
So cool Yule experiences.
We love you so much, and cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Witchmas. Oh, you can follow
Merry
us
Witchmas.
on Instagram.
Follow us. Instagram and TikTok are the same handles for everybody. At Goddess Hangs, at I am Sadie Olson,
At Juliet.Piper.
Check the show notes for all of our latest offers and deals, and to get on the Alchemy Collective waitlist so you can join us for that free masterclass.
Woo, it's gonna be so fun.
We've had such a good year with all of you. We're so looking forward to the next one. We've had such a good 2 years with all of you. We're looking forward to the next million.
The next million years.
All right. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.